Welcome, everyone, to a deep dive into the wonderfully weird, frustratingly complex, and occasionally hilarious world of climate change litigation. Buckle up, because the legal battles brewing around this planetary crisis are stranger than any fictional courtroom drama you've ever seen. We're talking about lawsuits so bizarre, so unexpected, they'll make you question everything you thought you knew about the law and possibly the planet itself. Let's start with the basics. Climate change isn't just an environmental problem, it's a legal minefield. We're talking about international treaties, national legislation, corporate responsibility, individual rights, the whole shebang. And the lawsuits, oh boy, the lawsuits. We've got everything from municipalities suing fossil fuel giants for contributing to rising sea levels. Imagine trying to quantify the precise contribution of ExxonMobil to that rogue wave that swept away your beachfront property. To individual citizens suing their governments for inaction on climate change. I wonder what planet the judge was on when they dismissed that one, claiming it was too broad a scope. The audacity. One of the biggest challenges is proving causation. How do you definitively link a specific weather event, say, a devastating hurricane, to climate change caused by a particular company's emissions? It's like trying to prove that a single drop of water caused the flood. It's a monumental task, requiring mountains of scientific evidence, complex modeling, and enough legal expertise to fill a small library. And even then, the legal hurdles are immense. Then there's the issue of standing. Who has the right to sue? Is it just those directly impacted by climate change? Or can future generations who haven't even experienced the full brunt of the crisis yet bring legal action against those responsible? These are fundamental legal questions with no easy answers, constantly being debated in courtrooms across the globe. The arguments presented are, let's just say, creative. I particularly enjoyed the one where they tried to argue that future generations have an inherent right to a stable climate, based on, well, I'm still not entirely sure what their basis was. It was certainly memorable. And let's not forget the international dimension. Climate change is a global problem, requiring international cooperation. But international law is notoriously complex, with different countries having different legal systems and priorities. Getting international consensus on climate action, let alone enforcing international climate agreements, is like herding cats wearing roller skates. The sheer logistical nightmare is enough to make even the most seasoned lawyer want to retire to a remote island, preferably one unaffected by rising sea levels. One particularly interesting area is the liability of corporations. Fossil fuel companies, for example, have been the target of numerous lawsuits, accused of knowingly contributing to climate change while actively suppressing research highlighting the dangers. The defenses, oh, they're a masterpiece of legal maneuvering. They range from blaming consumers for using their products to arguing that their actions are protected by free market principles, a truly breathtaking display of legal gymnastics. When you hear this lawyer's defense, you'll spit out your coffee. But it's not just about corporations. Governments are also facing increasing pressure to take more ambitious climate action. Lawsuits are being filed against governments for failing to meet their emissions reduction targets, for approving environmentally damaging projects, and for generally not doing enough to address the crisis. These lawsuits are often based on constitutional rights, arguing that the government has a duty to protect its citizens from harm, including the harm caused by climate change. The level of creativity in this area is remarkable, though I am not sure if that's a good thing. The legal challenges of climate change are multifaceted, constantly evolving, and deeply intertwined with scientific, political, and economic factors. We're talking about complex issues of causation, liability, standing, and international cooperation. It's a legal battleground where the stakes are incredibly high, and the outcomes could shape the future of our planet. And the legal arguments? Well, let's just say they're as varied and unpredictable as the climate itself. We've seen arguments based on everything from human rights to property rights, from public trust doctrines to negligence claims. Some are surprisingly effective, others are, shall we say, less so. I've seen arguments so creative, so outlandish, they'd make a seasoned screenwriter blush. One lawyer argued that the defendant's actions were equivalent to planetary vandalism. I kid you not. The judge, bless his heart, seemed a bit bewildered. The role of science in these legal battles is crucial. Scientific evidence is used to establish causation, to quantify damages, and to inform policy decisions. However, the scientific process is not always straightforward. There are uncertainties, disagreements, and complexities that can make it challenging to translate scientific findings into legal arguments. Imagine trying to explain the intricacies of climate models to a judge who's more familiar with contract law. The sheer comical aspect of it is almost unbearable. Another interesting aspect is the role of public opinion. Public pressure can influence legal outcomes, as judges and juries are often sensitive to public sentiment. This is particularly true in cases involving climate change, where public awareness and concern are growing rapidly. The more people understand the science and the legal implications of climate change, the more likely they are to demand action from their governments and corporations. And the future, the legal challenges of climate change are far from over. As the impacts of climate change become more severe, we can expect to see even more lawsuits, more creative legal arguments, and more intense battles in the courtroom. The legal system is grappling with a challenge unlike any it has faced before, and the outcomes will have profound implications for the future. It's a legal drama unfolding in real time, a saga of epic proportions, with twists, turns, and enough absurd moments to keep you glued to the screen. We've seen innovative legal strategies emerging, like the use of human rights arguments to challenge government inaction, or the application of public trust doctrines to protect environmental resources. These approaches are pushing the boundaries of traditional legal frameworks, reflecting the unprecedented nature of the climate crisis. The legal system is adapting, albeit slowly, to the reality of climate change, and the legal battles we're witnessing now are shaping the legal landscape for future generations. It's a constant evolution, a dance between established legal principles and the urgent need for innovative solutions. The fight for climate justice is far from over, and the legal system plays a critical role in this struggle. It's a battle fought in courtrooms, in legislative chambers, and in the court of public opinion. The challenges are immense, the stakes are high, and the outcome will determine the future of our planet. So, stay tuned for the next act in this ongoing legal drama. And remember, even in the face of a global crisis, there's always room for a little bit of absurdity. Because let's face it, sometimes reality is truly stranger than fiction. And the legal battles surrounding climate change are a prime example of that. So, keep an eye on the legal frontlines, because the fight for climate justice is far from over, and the legal battles are only just beginning. And who knows what bizarre and unexpected twists and turns are still to come.